What if? That's the two words that I don't want to worry about in 2026.
Brother,
what if?
I go lie to you. If God could just like remove those two words, because God knows. I say all the times, what if this? What if that? What if that? What if this goes wrong? What if this? What if I could have done? Like, that's my number one two words. What if? And that bugs me out a lot. Thinking about like stuff I could have done, things I could have done better. Things like I will ruin a whole moment thinking about like the what ifs. One, it's good to see you. Two, how are you doing today? And three, welcome to the Echo of Lab podcast. It is very good to see you. And I am very excited for this episode because this episode, just like the last one, it features someone who was there from the very beginning. While we were walking up here, we were saying, oh, he was there from the beginning and now I've upgraded. His words, not mine. I'm not being conceited, but it was his words. And I am excited to bring on again, Caleb Euzebe. How are you, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to see you, bro.
Yeah, man. I would say that seeing you after the last time was, I want to say, I was still in school. And it's kind of funny because last time I saw you, you only had a little bit of chin hair.
Listen.
And then, man, you came with a full beard. I was like, I am like a proud older brother.
Oh,
bro.
my God.
Because I've always seen anybody that even can start growing hair. I'm like, okay, bro, you got to join the family.
Yes.
Join the clan because it puts you in like in a whole new world, a whole new feeling. It's just like people take you more serious when you have a beard, right?
That is true.
Exactly.
That is very true.
And when was the last time you shaved?
I'll be honest, I have not shaved it down since 2020.
Perfect. That was a test, and you passed.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
The worst experience in the world.
Right?
Yeah, it was to the point where I was like, I'm never shaving again. I'm never going through this again.
No, there's no point. And it's funny because the one time I shaved, I remember like it was yesterday. It was in March it was in March of 2018, my second year of college. And remember last episode I had a lot of hair, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to like trim it down, and I looked at myself. I said, you know what? Let me try, going baby face again. Boy, when I tell you those 4 months were the roughest ever.
Oh my God.
Like,
it's when it's growing back. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Possible. It's a lot. It feels like it's more maintenance to like shave it constantly than to like keep it together. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm never.
I'll say it has its pros and its cons because as it gets longer,
yes.
Like, do you sleep on your back or you sleep on your your stomach?
I sleep on my front.
You sleep on your front, right?
Yeah.
As it gets longer, you're gonna start seeing this push against your face. So then eventually you're gonna have to start using a comb, and if it gets thicker, you have to use a pick.
Yeah.
Doc.
I'm at the point where I'm just like pick right now, bro.
Yeah, do the pick, but sometimes if you don't, maintain it for a little bit, and then you pick it out, it hurts. Oh, it hurts.
I remember them tears.
Oh, yeah.
Them tears.
And then I found out a trick, just do it right out the shower.
Yes.
Throw a little bit of leave-in conditioner.
Exactly.
You'll be smooth.
Bro, I had to learn to do that, bro.
Oh, my God.
Cannot let it sit for like longer or else like I'll cancel whole day plans or whatsoever.
Yeah. Actually, no. There was one time I said, I got to thug it out. And it was not a good day. It was not a good day.
It was not, but lo and behold, like forgive me. I'm gonna be a little bit arrogant right now. But beards, best thing ever.
Bang it. There you go.
Beard's the best gang. Beard gang is the best gang. I'm telling you right now.
It's funny because one of my agents, I was telling him, I was like, Doc, you need to grow out a beard. Because he's about 22, and he's somebody where...
You're right there, man.
He's right there. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, you have so much potential if you have a beard. Like, granted, he's doing amazing things right now with a little bit of chin hair. He got his hair done and everything. And I'm just like... But imagine if you had the beard.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Like right now he's making some good money and I'm just like, bro, just add the beard.
Yeah,
that money's going to like double, right?
You know what's crazy? Like I remember talking to my cousin and he told me you will not start growing facial hair until you hit 21. And lo and behold, as soon as I hit 21, that's when it finally started like actually not being stubble anymore, just like actually growing and stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? Hey. And my little cousin, I said, you know what? Wait till you're 21. Because he turned 18. Listen, 21. He has like the little stubble and the chin and stuff like that. I was like, 21. Just wait till you're 21. It runs in the family, man.
Well, I wish it was like that for me when I was 21 because it's funny. When I started growing my beard, I was actually 17.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you one of them. Yo, you got it early.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because mine was a stubble. And it didn't start like the sideburns. It started down here.
Oh.
Yeah. So it started here and then it worked its way up. But the problem was it wasn't until I was 21 where it actually started to like fill out. So I always had patches.
Yeah.
So imagine you're going to school or you're trying to talk to a girl and you got a patchy beard.
Listen.
Right? And it's not gonna work out.
It's not.
They're gonna be like, dude, you don't even look like you take care of yourself. How you gonna take care of me?
It's not even your fault. It's the genetics.
Right.
It's time. It's literally just God's time. That's literally all it is.
Exactly. And then I remember when I was talking to, you remember Ephto from the church?
Yeah.
And you know how his beard was.
His beard was
full.
perfect.
Like he's a Viking, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's a Viking. And I remember I came to him, I was like, dude, what's the secret? Because I can't keep doing this. Yeah. He's like, you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the process.
That's the number one thing I do not want to hear.
Oh man. Like, and then he was telling me, he's like, you have to be patient because I promise you, one day it's just gonna happen. And lo and behold, it was like maybe a few months after I turned 21. And I just looked in the mirror, I'm like, wait, where did all this hair come from? Right? So I was like, oh snap, he was right.
Yep.
And then I started telling people the same thing. You gotta just trust the process. You may think it looks bad right now, but bruh, imagine when it fills out. How are you gonna look?
I feel bad for those people who like it's never gonna fill out. There are those people though.
Yeah, Native Americans.
And when you're in the early stages, you don't know if you're gonna be that one. You don't know if you're going to be that person who just like the beard just never going to grow out.
For a long time, I thought it was going to be me because I never seen my dad with a beard.
Yeah,
like he
same.
always shaves.
Same.
And like when he did let it grow out for a little bit, it was just a stubble. And then it was just like a little bit of hair. So I was like, I'm not going to be James Harden. I'm not going to have a James Harden beard. And I kind of came to terms with it. But then when I saw that there was a potential because someone else in my family, on my mom's side, my uncle, he had a full-blown beard. I was
Yo.
I also have my mom's genetics. So there's hope.
There's hope.
There's hope.
There's
so
hope.
I looked at that and I said, okay, let's try it out. And then ever since, I have not shaved my beard fully. Now because I'm in a professional industry, so I have to look a little bit cleaner. I always trim it down.
Yeah.
But it's not gone.
As long as you take care of it, that's the thing.
Absolutely.
And plus you gotta like know like patterns and like I heard they think like going with the grain and stuff like that when you're shaving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. But taking care of it, it's almost like a little like a pet.
I got a dog too. So. Listen, it's funny because sometimes where if I'm rushing, I don't take it to that next level where I say, okay, I got to make sure everything is good. Next thing you know, I got dog hair in my beard and they're like, what's that in your beard? Is that gray hair or dog hair? I'm like, yes. So I know like sometimes like you said, it's a process. It's time you have to take. And even now, I have to sometimes wake up a whole hour earlier.
Oh yeah,
just to go ahead and take care of it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We gotta take this on the chat. Sometimes we talk about like girls how they take a long time and XYZ. I didn't understand it, but then I think about like the beard and how I gotta like plan out the time and XYZ. I'm like, oh wow, I stand corrected.
No.
I stand corrected. At least a little bit. At least a little bit.
The reason why I agree and disagree with you is because of two things. Number one, we just have to worry about the beard.
True.
After we take care of the beard, jump in the shower, put the clothes on, we still out. They still have to put on their face.
Yeah.
They have to make sure that the foundation is there, the concealer is there,
all that.
The weird spray that sets in all the makeup.
Yeah, the setting spray. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then they got to put on the eyeliner, and then that's just done with their face. Now they got to do their hair.
Yes.
Right. And then they got to look at 14 different outfits just to make sure it fits. And not even fits, just make sure they look good in it. And then they're still going to go change. So granted, yes, it's still a process for us, but we will still get done before them, right? So trust me, for me, I am a procrastinator though.
Oh, we are procrastinators.
I am a procrastinator. So like even getting ready throughout the day, like for the day, it's just, okay, let me check the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got time. Okay, let me see this quick quote. Okay, cool. Bible scripture, read it for the day. Next thing you know, that's already 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh snap, I gotta go.
Yep.
And then I have to jump in the shower, come out. I forgot to look at my clothes. And even though I'm an adult, it's still, it's kind of, as kids, we always saw that being an adult was like the greatest thing ever. You can afford to do things, you know, you could do what you want. You don't have to ask for permission or nothing. Yep. And then you're an adult now and you're just like, bro,
They sold us a lie.
They sold us a lie.
They
They
sold us
really
a
did.
lie.
But then I also looked at it where it's like, okay, you are an adult.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in certain circles, certain environments, you are able to do the things that we always wanted to do as kids.
Right.
Right? Like, go ahead.
I think it's more like making time for it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even just like planning it. Like, okay, do I have time for it? Like planning your day and your routine around making time for yourself.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, as an adult, I've learned the value of planning. Even though I suck at it, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I do 100% suck at it. But the value of planning, I can never disagree with. Because if I plan the day properly, I could definitely enjoy the day, or I can enjoy like parts of the day.
Oh yeah.
Like my mentor, he told me, he said like 10% of your day belongs to you, and you're supposed to know how to you're supposed to be in charge of what that 10% is. So he told me 2 hours and 40 minutes of the day, plan that out for you. And the times that I did implement it, oh my life was good. When I don't, I'm gonna lie to you, I noticed like, oh right, I didn't even take 5% of the day for myself. Mm-hmm. That's literally my lesson.
I would say I like that because it's kind of funny because I unconsciously did that. Like my girlfriend, I am so grateful for her. She actually started setting things up on my calendar because now when I wake up, I usually don't check nothing.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's more so of like, okay, I get a phone call. Hey, Caleb, I need you to run this meeting. All right, boom. I know what time? 2 o'clock. Okay, 2 o'clock. What time is it? 12. Okay, I got 2 hours. Versus now, I even send it to all my agents. I say, listen, if you want my time, here's my calendar. And I, like you said, block out some time for myself.
Right.
Usually that's either in the morning or just like while I'm driving somewhere. So sometimes I don't take a full like 2 hours and 40 minutes, but what I'll do is I'll take the time where I'm traveling from one place to another for myself. So if I'm either listening to a podcast, if I'm listening to an audiobook, or if I'm feeling spicy, I'm listening to some crazy music.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. You gotta get there in time.
Right? As long as I get there in time. And I really looked at it where it's like when you're in that moment where it's just you or you have someone there with you that you care about, nothing else matters at that point.
And that's more productive than I've learned. Like it's productive to have times where you're not doing anything. And as a person who likes to do absolutely everything, I struggle with that, bro. Like I want to do absolutely everything that's on my mental to-do list. I want to do this, cool, let's do it. I want to do this, cool, let's do it. And then I'm like, oh wait, I didn't take any time for myself, and I also didn't do exactly what I said I was going to do.
And then that's another dangerous thing because that's going to be a risk of a burnout.
Yeah. Oh,
and listen, I got a couple years on you. I'll say this year was probably the toughest year where God tested me. Like he tested me with grit. He tested me with management. He tested me with priorities. He tested me with sacrifice.
Hey.
And when I say that, there were times where I was just like, I need a second because I know I'm on the verge of a burnout. I know what a burnout does. Because there was actually, I'll say possibly around March, I hit a burnout. I literally lost about a month and a half of everything. Like I was still working. I was still going out there. But like the mental drain that you have, it's just like, what's the point, right? And it took me a while. And then I saw it. And I was like, damn, how many days did I miss?
Yeah, because you're mentally just not there.
Right. Like I'm there physically. Like sometimes we're really, especially as men, we're really good at putting up a mask where they'll be like, okay, he's smiling. Everything is good. Everything at home is good. Where sometimes they don't even understand, hey, bro, I'm fighting tooth and nail just to even show up here.
Right. On the verge of like mental collapse right now.
Exactly.
The dam is about to break.
Exactly. Like the pressure is there. But then also it was something my mentor had a conversation with me. And he said that, again, we are men. This is something where we're the ones that have to take all the hits. We have to be the hero. We don't have to be happy. Because which is better, you being happy or knowing for a fact that your loved ones are the ones being happy because of what you did?
I think, and if I could push back on that, because I hear that all the time, but I think we men underestimate the value of happiness. We sometimes look at happiness as like a garnish. Like a little thing that you can add extra to the meal and extra just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But really, when I think about it, happiness, when you plan it out properly, when you actually discover what makes you happy, I think it could act as like one of the ultimate foundations of your life.
Absolutely. And I think also to piggyback on what you said is more so of like when you do everything throughout the day, knowing that you did your 100%, that's when it's worth being happy.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, like honestly, there was one part of I think last month, you know, I kind of chilled for a week, and then I felt like that sense of guilt where it's just like, damn, I should have done more.
Right.
And that's the part where I was like, if I had did everything, I would have been chilling. I would have been happy. But it was more so when I saw it, I was like, damn, what if? That's the two words that I don't want to worry about in 2026.
Brother,
what if?
I go lie to you. If God could just like remove those two words, because God knows. I say all the times, what if this? What if that? What if that? What if this goes wrong? What if this? What if I could have done? Like, that's my number one two words. What if? And that bugs me out a lot. Thinking about like stuff I could have done, things I could have done better, things like I will ruin a whole moment thinking about like the what ifs.
Yeah, and it's funny because we are our biggest critics, and I'm not even saying this as men, just like people in general, especially like when you're doing something for yourself. Like, for example, you're doing this podcast. This is something you're building yourself. Me personally, I'm building a financial agency and then I have agents on my team that are doing the same thing. And sometimes when you hit that roadblock, all you focus is on the negatives.
Yeah.
Not even the moment where it's like, dude, you decided to do this. Like, for example, I remember when we was in your living room. Dude, we're in a studio now, right? And then, like, let's use you for example, where maybe the lighting is off a little bit. You're like, damn it, bro. We just wasted an entire episode. I'm like, dude, we're in a freaking studio.
Yeah.
I remember 3 years ago where I was sitting on a broken chair. And sometimes we forget to look at what led us here. Because I don't know why. For some reason, maybe this is how we grew up, where we're always worrying about what's bad. Like, hey, I didn't do this right. Or even like when we show our report cards to our parents.
Bro,
right?
You know I was hiding that thing. I was hiding that.
Yeah. Like when we show our report cards to our parents, like we have a couple of A's, a few B's. They don't care about that. The one thing they saw, hey, I see that one C you got. Where sometimes,
what's happening?
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you put in the pieces together, what could have done, and then that's where the what if starts. But it's like, okay, what did we do good to get to the A's? Yeah. That's, oh my gosh, I wish, like, I want to have that mindset more. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? It's a book that I just finished. And you know, it's kind of crazy. I used to hate reading. And since I started this business, working with this company, this is weird. Like, it's not even a job where they're saying, hey, we want you to self-develop. So I read this book. It's called The Energy Bus, right? And the character in the book, if you want to read it, I highly recommend it. It's this guy. He's literally going through like possibly the worst week of his life. He's about to, like, his wife saying, "I'm about to leave you." His car just broke down, and he's about to get fired from his job because he has a big presentation he's not prepared for.
Oh my gosh.
So all he's thinking about is the negative. She's like, fuck, my wife doesn't like me. My kids, well, they're there. I just freaking blew out my tire, and now I don't even know if I'm going to have a job by the end of the week, right? And then he gets on this bus to go to work, and then he meets this woman who's freaking happy. Like, her energy is all the way at the top.
It's annoying.
Right? And then he's so confused. He's like, lady, you're driving a bus. We're in a horrible economy. My life sucks. What is there to be happy about?
Right.
And then she kind of started giving him the perspective, because in the Energy Bus, like, when you read it, you're going to start seeing like there's certain rules she started to create for him. And then what he started to do was start looking at the bright side. Because our biggest thing, our most like superpower for anyone is our mindset.
True.
Right? So let's say, for example, the lighting is off. Well, the AC is working. The electricity is still on. Those are the good things to look at it, right?
Right.
So that book has really changed my perspective on, yes, the world is not supposed to be easy, but it's our mindsets that is going to allow us to continue to push through, right? And it's funny because now I'm working with a lot of people, and you know me, I'm the introvert.
Yeah.
I really I hate conflict, where it's just like I see people arguing, I start stepping back. Or like, I remember when I used to live at home, my parents would go at it. Headphones go on. Headphones will go on. So now I'm having people come to me, you know, asking me certain questions, and I'm just like,
I would prefer it if you don't.
Right.
I would prefer it if
But
you
then,
don't.
then at the same time, I looked at it, I was like, well, how they're speaking to me is always in a negative tone. What if I give them a perspective where they can look at the positive? So then looking at the positive and then they see it, they're like, you're right. Where like, for example, I'm in insurance. I do life insurance, right?
Right.
And somebody came to me and said, dog, I don't understand why do people need this? You know, I'm trying to talk to people. They're saying no. And I looked at it, I was like, okay, you've heard of GoFundMe. They said, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Which is easier? Someone starting a GoFundMe where they have to raise $20,000
within like 5 days.
5 days. They're begging people to donate. And not only that, if you take the money out of it, GoFundMe takes a percentage from it.
True.
Or show someone a perspective of, hey, this is how it works. This is how much you contribute to it. In the event something happens, this is how much you have. And it's way more than $20,000.
So essentially you're teaching them how to look at the positives or how to communicate the positive to the customer.
Not even the customer, to themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but I like it because it helps them rewire how they perceive a certain failure or event.
Yeah.
Because they look at it as like, okay, I lost this client, I lost XYZ. It's like, okay, let me think about the positive. Let me think about what I learned. Let me think about how I can shift this to a positive for the person. And for them, it's like they're now thinking differently, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's funny how you say that, because remember when I was on the podcast last, you know, I think what went viral was when I said there's no such thing as failure.
Yeah.
Right? And again, we were taught like at a very young age that when you fail, that's it. Your life is over. But even think about it. Even in college, I had people that got their degrees in neurology, like freaking brain and stuff. And I knew that they had Fs on their final exams. So
everybody and their mama was saying, get some ladies on the podcast. You got to get the ladies' perspective. Where the girls at? We did exactly that.
Like, maybe I think I need to come to reality.
Right.
What's it?
Let them be in love.
It had to be long distance,
Yeah,
even if you're 5 minutes away.
Different sets of ladies, different sets of discussions, same exact question. What do the women want?
There's a lot of shallow men.
A man who can lean into his softness and who can raise his children and love his wife.
Definitely communication for sure. Just even if it's like just talking. Oh, we could meet up in August.
This is the Two Men series, only on the Echo of Vlad podcast.
so like when you say like there's like, oh, I failed. No. Failure, like if you really like break down the failure, like there's this page on Instagram and I saw how it really did it. It said F is for fall. Of course, you failed, quote unquote. You acknowledged it. Then the I was you innovated. Like you figure out, you know, what happened. You learn, you execute. You was understand, reinvent, and then it's another execute. So it's also looking more so like, okay, yes, this happened and it sucks, but what can we learn from it, right? So, like for example, maybe a client I sit down with says, no, I don't believe in insurance. I don't need it. Okay, yes, I quote unquote failed because I didn't get that client. But what did I learn? I showed them the information.
Right.
Maybe they didn't understand it for them to say yes. But at the end of the day, I use that as practice. I can go back to that person in the future and say, hey, listen, maybe XYZ is more important to you now. And then they could have their different perspective. Because let's really look at it. When we're young, we think we're invincible.
I'll be honest. I kind of still think I'm invincible. It's not even. I'm not saying I'm invincible, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel on top sometimes.
You feel on top?
I feel on top sometimes. I feel you, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though you said that quote to me before, that there's no such thing as failure, I'll be honest with you. I don't believe it. Because for me, of course, yes, I look at my own failures with like the heaviest hand whatsoever. But I'm like, yo, what could I have done to not be in the situation? And if I could find something that like I couldn't have done, I will focus on it. I will zero in on it. That's my like first instinct. Like, okay, what did I do or what could I have done differently? I will push away all the wins, everything else. The lighting was good, the tripods were good, the camera was good, X, Y, Z. Oh, there's a hair on right here. Cool. If I looked in the mirror before I got it here, then I'll be fine. That's
But what does that do now?
nothing.
Yes, it does.
What?
It's a lesson. Because you notice that hair, which means from now on, before every episode, what are you going to do?
Check the hair.
There you go.
Yeah, true.
So failure is a lesson.
True.
It's more so where, trust me, I've seen it. Where my mom, there was one time, I was telling her, hey, I'm studying for this exam. I got a 70 on it. She's like, you got a 70? What? Are you stupid? And I knew she meant well. It was more so where she was just like, okay, why didn't you study more? Well, I didn't think I had to study more. But now because I had this situation where in your eyes I failed, I know I have to study more for the next one and the next one. So it's more so of like an event where you could have gotten better, but you didn't, is now a lesson to show you for the next time, how can I get better, right? So like, for example, we've all failed at something, right? And we've either gotten bitter or we've gotten better. Have you gotten bitter in certain situations?
Yes.
Have you gotten better in certain situations?
Looking back, yes.
There you go. You need to fail to understand how to grow. Think about it. When we work out, our bodies actually need to get destroyed to grow.
Right.
So technically, our body needs to fail in order to grow.
True.
So, you know, at the time, you know, it was very like a very surface level statement. But as I've gotten older, it's been almost what, 3-4 years since we did that
Yeah, 3 years, 3 years.
3 years. I've learned so much just from that one word. And it's now even more bigger where it's like, okay, it's a bigger lesson. You need to understand where, yes, the moment it's bad. Feel it, but take 5 minutes. Don't ruin your entire day. Don't ruin your week. Don't ruin your month. It's more so like, okay, this happened. I can't change it anymore because it's in the past. We always worry about the past and always have anxiety about the future, but we never live in the moment.
True.
Yeah.
True. I'll be honest. I do not be living in the moments, bro. I do not. I'll be honest. I got to be real here. Here. Moments is not where I live. I live in the past or the future. Because I'm like, I've been developing a new mindset, and I want to ask you about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm more so trying to make a decision and live with the consequences. So I'm more so focused on, okay, what consequences can I live with? Not what benefits, to be honest with you. I'm more focused on, okay, what are the consequences of doing it this way? What's the consequences of going left versus right? And I'm like, based on the consequences, I'll go right. Is that a good mindset to have? You could say no.
You know what? It's a 50-50 with me because lately I've been saying this, and anybody who watches this episode that knows me are going to laugh when I say it. Actions have consequences.
Sure.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad, you have to live with it. And that's why I kind of like, well, it is a 50-50. You can either like it or not, but at the end of the day, your actions leads to that consequence. Like, for example, you decided, you made the action of, I want to start a podcast. The consequences is there's going to be a road.
Yeah.
That road is not going to be straight. That road's not going to be smooth. There will come obstacles, but it was based off an action you decided.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because I was having this conversation with the homegirl, and she asked me, like, why I started, or why am I doing the pod? She didn't ask me why I started. She asked me why I'm doing it. And I'm disappointed in my answer, but I do have to say there's a little bit of realness to it, because I was like, I could live with the consequences of doing it and failing, but, like, not doing it at all, I cannot live with that regret. And I've lived with that regret for, like, most of this year, last year some and stuff like that. But it's like, if I don't try my best, I can't live with that regret.
Yeah. And it's funny because my mentor, he says this. He's like, when I die, and it's funny, everybody was just like, why did you go there? But he had a reason why he said that. He said, when I die, I want to be able to say I gave my 100% so I could die peacefully. Because a lot of people, when they're on their deathbed, they always said, I wish I could have done more. And what you just said, where it's like, I would rather do this and fail than not do it at all, you're basically eliminating that, I wish I did this. So that's a great mindset to think about. And your homegirl, What's she doing?
No. She wasn't roasting me. She was asking me legit questions.
No. It's not me taking a shot at her. It's more so of like, I'm curious because for her to ask you that question, she must be doing something as well where she's possibly thinking that same way. It's just like, why am I doing this? You know, my actions have led me to this consequences. I don't know if I want to deal with it.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm in the business of people now. I've changed. I have to talk to people now.
Are you an extrovert now or what?
I flip the switch now.
You flip the switch.
Trust me, there are times where I will disappear. There was one time where, I don't know. I say this where it's funny because I have it's a code word I have with my girlfriend where if I'm feeling like my energy is very low, I just send her a penguin emoji. Like, I say I'm going penguin, and it doesn't make any sense because penguins are very social, right?
Right.
But think about it: when they're by themselves, they're just by themselves.
Yeah.
So I send it to her, and then she just knows like, okay, not many people are going to talk to him, but I can talk to him. When I send her a turtle emoji, don't talk to me. It's not even that I'm mad at you. It's just more so of like, I'm at zero. I'm on fumes. I need to leave. Right? And being in the business that I'm in now, I'm constantly talking with people. And I'm also training people too. And sometimes I look at it where I chose this.
Right.
I have to live with it.
Right.
My actions, this is the consequences.
Right.
But at the same time, it's more so of like, okay, yeah, it sucks. I'm a natural born introvert. I like being by myself. Honestly, somebody could call me right now. I will literally look at it, let it ring 5 times to decide if I want to answer. Like, that's my introvertness, right? But then also, I can flip the switch where if somebody needs to come to me and process something with me, and the next, 2 more, 3 more people come in, and the next, I'm having like a little like quote unquote seminar,
right? I
can just let it out. Like right now, even though there's just me and you here, I'm okay with it. Like back then, it was just like, go figure it out, dude.
I'll be honest with you. I've grown in a weird way, or like I've noticing a growth in myself where life is kind of taking me in a sense because I'm being put in positions to lead. Like not even like I'm choosing. It's like, okay, nobody picking up the slack or nobody's leading, nobody's saying what's going on. It's like, all right, fine, let me do it. Because even when I was playing football today, right, we were playing, everybody's kind of running wild and doing their own thing. But I'm like, we have no coordination. We don't know what we're gonna do. Who's gonna run? Which way they're gonna run? So I was like, you know what? Forget it. So I just started calling plays. And one thing I've learned is just start leading. Just start calling plays. Just asking for inputs. Like, hey, what you want to do? How you feeling about this? How you like think about this way? Even my old job was like, I wasn't in a leadership position, but I did notice like taking the initiative was working well for me. It was benefiting me a lot. And that's something that I want to say I didn't learn before, but I was surrounded by people who just took initiative. So for me, it felt like, okay, everybody, if I don't got it, somebody else got it. But now I'm finding myself in more positions where, okay, no, yeah, you get it. You pick up the slack, or you notice what's going on, and then you do it. Or you call people to do something, which is not something I'm used to. Yeah.
And this is it's another important thing. You care. That's what it is. Because when you used to think about if I don't got it, someone else got it, it's more so like it didn't matter to you. Whereas now when you're taking that leadership position, that initiative, it's mattering to you. Like, be honest, did you want to lose that game?
I ain't gonna lie to you now.
Okay. That's why you took the initiative.
We lost 2. No.
But now the fact that you took initiative, do you feel a little bit better?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the thing.
I feel
of course, you lost. Like, no one's happy losing.
I feel good because I did take initiative, and I did not expect to feel good. I did not expect to like say, you know what, let me do it. Or I didn't expect to look back at the game and feel good about it. Like, even though I could say that we lost, I feel good about that. Okay, I called the plays. I called plays that actually worked. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, that's something that I do look back on. I'm like, yo, I'm glad for the growth. I'm glad that I took that initiative. Even with the pod and stuff like that. Even though I could look at it as like, okay, there's so much more I want to do, I do accidentally find myself reminiscing and appreciating the journey.
Of course.
Appreciating like, oh, wait, we was in the living room. With like a white wall. Yeah. It wasn't even 2 walls. It was just 1 wall.
1 wall. And then I don't know how you was able to like angle the cameras. And I remember I watched your mom walk across to go to the kitchen. So it's funny because being surrounded by the people I'm around now, like you said, looking back on it, being very grateful for everything. Gratitude is a big thing, especially for anybody that's in a leadership position or anybody that's, doing something for themselves, because we're always on the grind. We're always working, our asses off. And just sometimes we're so, like you said, that you like looking in the past. Sometimes people look in the past of what ifs, but now I'm in a mentality where it's more so looking in the past of like, damn, I came so far. Right. And I know where you were saying like you can't live in the moment. And I was actually going to say this for it. Like a lot of people, when they look in the past, they get depressed. Yeah. And then when people look in the future, they get anxiety. That's why we have a lot of people with depression and anxiety, because they're never living in the moment.
I hear that a lot.
Right? Where it's just like, damn, I'm depressed. Oh, I got anxiety. It's like, dude, you're worrying about something that you can't even control in the past because it already happened. And you're worrying about something that's in the future, which, again, you don't know what's going to happen. And then right now, your actions are going to lead to your future.
But here's where, even I must challenge that, because it's like when you're in the leadership position, it's your fault.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Everything is your fault.
100%.
So shouldn't you be accountable to what could possibly happen in the future? Shouldn't you have to look into the future and say, you know what, let's figure out the right path?
And that right there is called, one word, contingency. You will always need to find contingencies, but you will have to go through that moment in order to prepare for that next one. So again, like you said, as a leader, everything's your fault. Sure. And when you lose, and when you win, it's the team.
Right.
You have to, like, as a leader, you just have to be okay with not getting recognized.
Right.
And for a while, for a while, like my personality was to always stay behind the shadows. And then, boom, I got put into a leadership role. So then I'll get called out for everything I'm doing wrong, and I'm like, okay. And then when I double down and do everything right, I don't even get noticed. For me, that was weird. I was like, dude, what is it? Like, you see me do a couple wrong things, you dig in, and of course, it's the accountability. So I'm gonna take it,
right? And
of course, I'm gonna execute. I'm gonna implement it. But then I'm waiting for like at least good shit. Nothing. And I'm just like, dog, I can't, I don't know. And then for a while, there was somebody that came out to our office to speak to us. And then it was weird how she said it. You just got to be that invisible ladder, right? So you basically helping your team move up to the next level. And yeah, they're getting glorified. They're the ones, getting the recognition. But then for me, I'm the type of person where I sit in the back. And I look at it, I'm just like, damn, I'm freaking proud. Because I was able to have something to allow that person to take that next step, get recognized, X, Y, Z. And then when they say, I want to get ready for their leadership roles, I'm like, okay, people like the word leader, but not the responsibility of a leader.
Yo, I figured something out about leadership in like all my years of like either being a leader in some places or like watching leaders, right? Leadership, you give the most apologies, you get the least amount of thank yous, you have the most headaches, you wake up earliest, and you go to sleep the latest. Yep. That's what I've noticed about leadership, like all around. Yeah, I've like been able to be surrounded by like leaders in church, leaders in school, and stuff like that, and I've noticed like, yo, it really is a grind. It is, and sometimes the only reward for leadership or being a good leader is that everybody has a good time. Sometimes it's not even you. I've noticed that, and although I do like leadership, I have to admit that that's a consequence that I just have to live with. Exactly. Like I was able to shoot like in my film class, we had to do a film, and I stepped up to be the leader. It's not that I didn't want to, I didn't know how to like say, okay, I'm the director now, XYZ. I didn't want to come in like that. But I was like, you know what? Let's set up the schedules. Let's set this up. And my professor, he kind of gave the requirement of everybody has to work on the camera. Yeah. But for me, even though I love the cameras, I sacrificed that. And I look back and I'm proud of the job we did, even though I didn't get to do what I loved.
Of course. And it's funny because, I don't know, this business has really like changed my mindset on a lot of things. And since we're on the topic of leaders, my mentor, he had talked to us about something, and it's called a leadership philosophy, right? So with the leadership philosophy, people have different personalities, and instead of changing yourself completely in order to fit the mold of what a leader is supposed to be, you more so tether the leadership to your personality, right? So we know, everybody that knows me is that my personality is, I'm a very quiet person. I'm usually very like laid back and like for me, I would say I'm the safety net, right? I will let you do your thing. I will not, like, sometimes they throw a jab at me where they're like, hey, Caleb barely calls you. But it's more so of like, I'm going to let you do your things, but I will be there when you need to come to me. Like, for example, 2 of my agents, they're brothers. They are the definition of firecrackers, not in a bad way. Like, they are high energy. They are super excited, very competitive. I am competitive, but I'm an internal type of competitiveness. I don't say anything. I just do it.
Oh, wow.
Right? So I knew for a fact if I was to be like, quote unquote, coaching them, it's not going to mesh well. Right? So this is what I did. I said, okay, I'm going to put you in a position where someone that's a lot like you can go ahead and, get you on the right track. And also, even though I'm viewed as their leader, I let them do their own thing. And then when they do need help, I say, listen, my door is always open. My phone is always on, like, open. Call me. I will sit down and talk to you. And I am what we view as the quiet leader. I don't say much. But for some reason, a lot of people come to me to process things. And sometimes people like the ones that stand in the front. Like, the general that leads everybody. I'm the person that's in the back that makes sure no one gets left behind.
And I think we underestimate that part.
Yeah.
That part of either leadership or like the team aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because although it's always fun to be in the front, and I love being in the front, and like rah, all that type of stuff, I love it.
Yeah.
But I do underestimate the value of like being there to catch people when they fall or expecting people to fall and helping them get back up.
Exactly.
That's something I know I got to grow in.
Yeah.
Because some people like, it's weird when you see somebody you're like leading, like be hard on themselves. Like you do want to like help them like, okay, you got this, or how do you learn from this and XYZ. When it's other people, I'm cool. I got you all the day long.
Yeah.
With myself,
oof. Hey, man. And it's funny? I've been studying the ways of a wolf pack, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And wolves are my favorite animals. Like, if you were to see my iPad, I have a giant wolf like as my background page.
every man needs an animal, man.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that the alpha of a wolf pack is the one that's always leading in the front. That's not how it is. So the way that the wolf pack is structured, especially like when they're traveling, they have the older wolves in the front because they're the ones that set the pace. Then you have the middle ones with the younger pups and then the mom. And then of course you have the hunters that are in the front. Like they're the ones that are, clearing the path. So you have the hunters, the older ones, the pups and the moms, and then the back is the leader of the pack. Because the one that's in the back is making sure nobody gets ambushed, but also making sure everybody is setting the pace. For me, I'm more comfortable in the back. I know there are going to come times where I'm going to be in the spotlight because that's just how my business is. Because if I'm going to be the one representing the team, my name is on it, right? So that means I'm going to take all the hits. Like you said, I'm going to be the one giving all the sorries, having the most headaches, going to sleep the latest, waking up the earliest. But how I do everything, I just like watching from the distance to see how everything plays out. And sometimes when I see certain people sit in the front and I'm watching how they're reacting to like trainings that we're doing, and I'm just like, I freaking love it. Because they always say the leader has to sit in the front. Granted, in the traditional setting, yes, because you're the one that's supposed to set the pace. I'm comfortable being in the back because I can be able to monitor everyone else. Because how can you monitor someone if you're the one in the front?
You can't.
Exactly.
You simply can't. You got to be willing to step back and bend it. Step back and just like understand how exactly your team works. How exactly things need to be done. Rather than like sometimes you don't need to be the rah-rah person. You don't need to be the person in the front leading with like the face on the company, face on the project XYZ. And I feel like as a leader, you do have to sacrifice that pride of like, oh yeah, I need the win. I need to be known for the win, for the win of the team.
Of course. And it's funny because I'm actually supposed to be reading this book pretty soon. It's called The 5 Levels of Leadership with John Maxwell. And I have an idea about it because I've talked about it. I talked about this with my mentor. And in the 5 levels, the first level is basically like a position. So people follow you because they have to.
Right.
Right? And then the next one is called permission. People follow you because they want to. So like it's like, for example, you're the leader. They're like, okay, we see what Vlad's doing. Vlad's out here, grinding, busting his tail. You know what? He's somebody I want to follow. The next level is called production. So it's like, okay, Vlad's actually going out here. He's, putting up numbers. We see the views are going up. You know what? I wanna replicate that. So let me shadow him and see how he's able to get so many views on his podcast, so many listeners, so many subscribers. And then they have what was the next one? It was like personal development. So now let's say you're at a point where your podcast is flowing. And then certain people on your team is like, hey, Vlad, I want to do something under the umbrella of Echo Vlad Podcast. Mm-hmm. So now you're developing other people to go out there and do something for themselves. You're giving them that inspiration. And then the 5th level is pinnacle. Like when they hear your name, when you walk into a room, they're like, oh shit, that's a fucking leader. Mm. Like everybody's goal is to get to level 5, but they need to understand they need to go through level 1 first. So sometimes, your position requires people to follow you, but now you have to make them want to follow you. You have to also show them why they should follow you, develop them into someone that other people want to follow. So then when the newest people view you, they're like, damn, anybody that works with this guy is gonna...
The results.
Exactly.
The results is crazy.
Right.
I like it. Bro, I told y'all I was very excited for this discussion. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I do have to do this one thing that we didn't do last time. It's a new thing. It's called the RAQ.
RAQ.
Randomly asked question.
Go ahead.
Question you're not prepared for whatsoever.
Sure, I wasn't prepared for this topic.
Listen. The question is, would you rather... You have to walk 5 miles. Mm-hmm. Would you rather walk 5 miles in the hot, blazing sun or the freezing cold? It is freezing. Whatever freezing is for you, that's what it is. Okay. 5 miles. You will make the 5 miles, but you will suffer towards it. Which one are you doing?
The reason why I will do the hot is because, number one, I can create the shade. I can take off a piece of clothing, cover my head, and I could just push through. If I do the cold, nah, bro. Listen, I love the cold. I love it. Like, my house is usually 68 degrees.
68?
68.
Oh, my God.
I love
bro.
it. And I will walk around shirtless. Like, that's how I love the cold.
Bro.
However, if it comes to, like, environment, like, temperatures, I would deal with the hot first. Do I have water?
I mean, you go survive. Whatever you need to survive, you'll survive.
Okay, I just
so
have water.
you got the water.
Okay.
That's
okay.
it.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Outside. I'ma join you, bro.
Okay.
This cold ain't nothing I want to be around, man. I'm a Florida boy, in and out, man. My blood runs warm. Hey, cold. As soon as it gets past 72.
Come on.
I'm bundling up, bro.
Come on,
I'm bundling up, man.
Come on.
Nah,
Back it
bro.
out.
I need a blanket. I'm going to sleep. I don't care what time of the day is. I'm going to sleep.
Nah,
past 71, bro.
But okay, you like sleeping in the cold then?
Yeah.
There you go. So you like the cold, huh?
But man, where can they find you on Instagram, bro? What's your Instagram?
So
if you want to give that out.
So right now I'm actually trying to build my new my social. So right now I have 2. I have King_Euzebe, and then also I have Euzebe Life because I am in insurance. I'm in life insurance specifically. I'm trying to build that up right now. So I'm actually gonna be traveling for business.
Hey, yo.
So I'm gonna start posting on that what do you call that thing? On that handle, and y'all gonna start seeing that I don't do typically what people think.
Okay.
I'm not in a cubicle. I'm traveling, and it's gonna be a good time.
I like it. And you guys know exactly where to find me. Echo of Vlad _ Instagram and wherever, of course, on TikTok. We got lives, we got all the stuff. But of course, I love this conversation. I love the fact that you came back, bro. Yeah. 3 years, man.
3 years.
3 years.
Let's not make it another 3.
Yeah, let's not make it another 3, of course, man. But man, of course, thank you for coming on this podcast. People, thank you for watching this podcast. We have a few more coming up again. I want to see you. I want to see your comments down below. Let me know what you think. But as I say with everything, I wish you all the best. With the rest, God bless.